Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. A lot of good work. Had a chance to work some of the younger guys out there, and they're an exciting group. We certainly got a lot of freshmen playing right now, but we've got some that aren't, that I think are getting better. Guys like Dorian Miller is really starting to show up for me in the drills, and then today he got a chance to play a little bit with the second team, and then a little bit in our developmental period. I saw Josh Klecko make a TFL in the backfield. Kamoko Toure is doing some nice things out there. So, you know, it's good to see even some of the younger guys that aren't necessarily playing for us go out there and do some good stuff. Questions?
You gave a brief update on Paul James on Monday. Is there anything further? Do you know when he's going to be examined, what his status is?
He will be examined tomorrow, and I will try to get something to you guys. It won't be before practice, but I'll try to get something to you in the afternoon through Jay in terms of what we think the new projected recovery time will be. So
you won't know anything until that evaluation takes place?
Yeah, I don't want to guess at it. I'd rather wait and hear what the doctors have to say and tell me what they think that, it's going to be.
Speaking about the freshman, how's Julian coming with his recovery?
Good. He looks great. I mean, he's not going to play this year, but you watch him walk around the facility, and he's working out with the strength coaches, and he certainly looks like he could. He's not ready to. We know that, but he looks great, and I think he'll be full speed, ready to go when we start spring, and maybe even a little later in the season we can get him some more position type stuff. But it won't be with any equipment on. There'll be no helmet. There'll be nothing like that. But we're very pleased with where he's at right now.
Kyle, how about Laviano's development so far midway through his freshman year? And I guess how important is it that he maximizes this year, because it would seem you guys would have an opening at backup quarterback next year?
I think it's important for Chris and Blake to take advantage of every minute. As young guys, one's a true freshman, one's a redshirt freshman. The fact that Chris was able to get here in January, I think, is a tremendous advantage for him, because when I think about him, I don't think of him as a freshman until I look at the depth chart and the eligibility type stuff. And you realize, all right, he is still a true freshman with 4 years of eligibility left after this year if he doesn't play. And I think he's done a good job of taking advantage of it. I think he's getting better, and I see Blake getting better as well. So those guys don't get the opportunities in a normal week to show us that, but it is good to try and at least give them a couple reps, and we got that done today, and they'll get a little bit more tomorrow as well.
Kyle, when you're talking about like Laviano and ranking, what are your expectations on a week like this where they can get more? What are you looking for out of them? What do you want to see?
I want to see them operate the offense, and we don't give them the scope of the offense that we give guys like Gary and Chase and Mike, but we give them a pretty good amount. And they took a lot of reps in training camp, and they've taken a lot of reps in individual throughout the season. So we want to see how they handle the offense, how they operate the offense, how they handle the huddle, the procedure on the line of scrimmage with the motions and the shifts, and making sure that the plays go off the right way, and then ultimately deliver the ball correctly. So they have a lot of things to do, but it's really everything leading up to the snap of the ball that for a young quarterback becomes the greatest hurdle.
Kyle, you've got a couple of freshman defensive players, either linebackers or on the D-line, that at least body-wise look kind of in the mold of how Jamal Morrell used to look, long, wiry kind of guys. How much of a correlation is there with that?
I think it's tough sometimes when you try to compare one player to another. I think they're all unique, but I think what you're seeing and what you're speaking to is a recruiting philosophy of recruiting speed and recruiting athleticism over necessarily recruiting a size of a person. And so guys like Nick Internicola, Kamoko Toure, Miles Nash, who are all doing a nice job for us in practice right now, they're all the leaner type of linebackers that really run well, and I think that's important to us on defense to continue to play the way we play.
What are you seeing from Javon Tyree and Delon Stevenson at corner now that they're going to have to be game ready?
Yeah, those guys are competing, and I think we'll know a little bit more maybe Sunday after we've been able to have 3 practices, and then a chance for us to evaluate it, and for a chance for them to critique themselves, and then come back on Sunday and start the game plan for Houston and really see where we're at. But I know both of those guys can sense the opportunity, and they're trying to take advantage of it.
I think Barnwell, Chaffee, and I guess even Grief understand now. Have they grasped the fact that they're going to probably have to have a bigger role, expanded, they have more responsibility because of the reduced numbers here at the corner spot? Can you sense that yet? Or?
I don't know that I sense it. I think they know it. I think it's fairly obvious when you line up for stretch and you kind of see who's in front of you and who's behind you. But I think they want it. And I think they're anxious to do it, and that's the most exciting thing for me is Grief's an older player who's getting a great opportunity here, and we've got 2 freshmen that are getting a tremendous opportunity, and to see them want that responsibility, that's really exciting for me as the head coach.
Got time for 2 more?